Each Midjourney model has its own default aesthetic. Preferences for things like colors, lighting, texture, weather results tend to lean photographic or illustrative. Personalization is a feature that lets you override that default with your own aesthetic preferences. You teach Midjourney what you like by selecting images from a grid, and Midjourney uses that to build you a custom profile. Here's a quick comparison of the same prompt with and without my personalization. You can see some differences in color palette and mood. Your results will look different from mine because your profile will be built from your selections. I like to think that using personalization is sort of like asking Midjourney, what would this look like in my world? If you're new here or want to learn Midjourney from the ground up, I just launched a beginner course. I also have a free Midjourney parameter guide that I keep updated. I'll leave links for both of those down below. Okay, let's set up a personalization profile. First, go to the Personalize page. You'll see a space for your global profile. It might say Continue Ranking to Unlock. This is your main default personalization profile. So if you've never set up a personalization profile before, this is the one that you want to start with. We'll talk about setting up multiple profiles later. Click on your global profile to start the process. This takes you to a scrolling image grid, and this is the new interface as of late February 2026. If you set up personalization profiles a while back, you'll remember selecting between pairs of images. Newer models use this scrolling grid. I recommend clicking the 4-column button up here so that you can see more images at once. And here, your job is simple. Just scroll through and click on the images that you like. Try not to overthink it. Pick images because you like the overall vibe, the color palette, the lighting, the texture, whatever draws you in. And there's a couple of important things to know about how this works behind the scenes. So Midjourney is paying attention to the images that you select, but it's also paying attention to the images that you don't select. So every time you scroll past something without clicking it, that is also information that Midjourney will use. As you keep selecting, the grid will continue to update. You'll notice the new images start moving in the direction of your aesthetic preferences. If you've been picking a lot of black and white cartoon illustrations, you'll start seeing more images like that. In the upper right, you can track your progress. You need to reach at least 550 points to unlock your profile, which goes pretty fast. Once you hit 550, you'll get a pop-up like this telling you that your profile is unlocked. You can click Try It Now to test it out on the Create page, or click Continue to keep selecting images. Selecting more images will help Midjourney refine your profile. And you can always stop at this point and come back to your profile later to make more selections. Once your profile is set up, using it is pretty straightforward. On the Create page, you'll see this P button next to the prompt bar. Click it so it turns red. This means that personalization is active. Click the drop-down next to it to see which profiles are selected. For now, just make sure that your global profile has this red default next to it or has a red check. Then just prompt like normal, and Midjourney will automatically apply your profile to your results. On the right, you'll see this profile tag with your results and the alphanumeric code that represents your profile. You can even share this code with others for them to use in their own prompts. We'll talk a little bit more about these profile codes or P codes in a minute, but often the easiest way to add your personalization to your prompts is just by using the menu up here. And this interface is expected to change a little bit soon, so for the latest, be sure to watch my monthly update videos or join my community. When you don't want to use your personalization anymore, click the P button again to turn it off. I recommend running a few simple prompts with and without your personalization. So something like a person, a cat, a house. This will help you better understand the effect that your personalization has on the results. My global V7 personalization profile, for example, tends to add a teal color and makes things a bit more moody. To control how strongly your personalization influences the results, use the Stylize parameter and a value between 0 and 1000. The default value for Stylize is 100. Lower the value to reduce the effect of your personalization on your results, or increase it for a more dramatic effect. One thing that's important to understand about the Stylize parameter is that it can control multiple things depending on what's in your prompt. Stylize controls the strength of Midjourney's default aesthetic, but when personalization is used in your prompt, it controls the strength of that instead, because your personalization profile is overriding the default Midjourney aesthetic. The stylize parameter is also used to control the strength of mood boards, which we won't get into in this video, but I do have a few videos on mood boards if you're interested. By the way, I have a whole in-depth PDF guide on personalization that I keep updated, so if you want something more tangible to keep as reference material, you can find that in my shop. I just updated it with a few different custom profiles that you can use in your own prompts. You can also create additional personalization profiles beyond just your global one. So if for some reason you don't like your global profile or you want to take a different approach to selecting images, you can do that. On the personalized page, just click New Profile to start a new one. You'll go through the same process of selecting images until you've unlocked the profile. Then go back to the personalized page and click on the name to rename it. Then to use your new profile in a prompt, you can click this button here, which will add a really long profile code to the prompt bar, add your prompt text, and submit the job. Over on the Create page, that really long code gets converted to a shorter alphanumeric code that you can reuse in future prompts. Or you can just do what we did before by activating personalization here and selecting your profile from the dropdown. So let's talk about these alphanumeric codes for a second. Each code represents a snapshot of your personalization profile at a specific point in time. You can reuse them in future prompts and you can share them with others. But here's the important thing to know. Every time you go back and select more images, your profile updates, and that generates a new alphanumeric code. So let's say that I go back into the profile I just created and select a few more images. Okay, now if I click this button to add that profile to the prompt bar, you'll see that really long code again. And after I submit a prompt, that gets converted into a new alphanumeric code that represents the updated version of that profile. The old code still exists and you can use it, but it points to the older version of my profile. So if you've been refining a personalization profile by selecting more images and you want to make sure that you're using the most current version in your prompt, either click this button to grab the long code or just select the profile from the dropdown because that will always pull the latest version of that profile automatically. So now that we've touched on multiple profiles and profile codes, what's the difference between your global profile and other profiles you create? Honestly, not much in terms of how they're set up, but there are a couple of minor differences to be aware of. Your global profile is what gets used as your universal default for a specific model. So if you were to type a prompt and just add --p to it, that signals to Midjourney to grab your global profile for that model. It's not going to grab any of your other profiles, it will grab the latest version of your global profile. To use other profiles, you need to include the alphanumeric code after --p, or make sure that personalization is turned on and you have the profile you want selected. The other difference is that your global profile gets updated whenever you like images on the Explore page. So liking images on the Explore page helps refine your global profile, but does not affect your other profiles. One last thing that I want to mention is that we can also blend multiple personalization profiles together. When you activate personalization, you can select multiple profiles from the dropdown, submit a prompt, and the blend will be applied to the results. Each profile will be weighted equally. You can also just paste multiple codes after the profile parameter. Just be sure to leave a space between each code. Blending personalization profiles can be a really interesting way to combine visually distinct or complementary profiles into something new. So that was a bit of a beginner to almost advanced crash course into personalization. Please comment below if you have any questions and check out my personalization guide to stay up to date. If you're new to Midjourney or are just feeling a bit lost with how to prompt and want a solid foundation, I just launched my first Midjourney course. It's a structured, beginner-friendly video course. I also have a Patreon community where every month I release detailed prompt guides, exclusive tutorials, and demos of new features. Last month's guide focused on caricatures and Art Nouveau. So if you like my teaching style, consider at least joining the free tier. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, all the things. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.